Hello, hello. Welcome to another Chris McPherson Show live watch-along. Crvena Zvezda versus Partizan Belgrade, all set for tip-off. And we are underway here in some EuroLeague action on a Friday morning. Happy Easter, everyone. This is Shake Milton going to work alongside Carlick Jones, his Partizan Belgrade side. Certainly on the improve. A huge Belgrade derby, and they get the first bucket. So, Crvena Zvezda. Cody Miller-McIntyre. Jump shot mid-range, can't go for Tyson Carter. Partizan do well batting the ball back in. Think about the three-point shot through Milton. Doesn't quite get there. And then they get the rebound back again. Beautiful work leading the hoop. Crvena Zvezda. They tie it all up. Rivero. The Cuban getting a nice little layup. Quick turnover ball. Milton slices through. Gets a second bucket for Partizan. Now Rivero trying to work over his opposite number. Does well, turns him inside out and gets the points. Milton straight away on the quick break down the other end. They go again to Partizan. Jones this time. Hey, Luca, we won't be showing the game, mate, unfortunately. Purely because it'll get our YouTube account shut down immediately for copyright. Been through that before. Three-point shot up for Crvena. Doesn't work out. Now Partizan with Jones. Foul called on Nawara. So Partizan leading. Rivero with another two. For Crvena. Ties us up at sixes. 3 minutes 15 gone here. He's on fire this morning, Rivero. 3 buckets back to back. That one is broken up by Tyson Carter. The biggest rivalries in European basketball, this one. The Belgrade derby. Mid-range jumper doesn't go for Partizan. They do get the rebound, though. Fernando gets it, but loses possession over the baseline. Now, Crvena Zvezda comes off the leg of Karlik Jones. He's been the key to their turnaround here for Partizan since his return from injury. Now we get the foul given. Zvezda will have the inbound in the attacking half. Foul called on Osakowski. Now Carter pops it across on EK. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Partizan ball. And Partizan switching it around to the left. Bring it through the middle. And there it is. Big dunk from Bruno Fernando. It's too big. No. Going to go on review here, and it hasn't gone in. So go to the line instead for a foul. It looked for all money like he just slammed it in, but somehow almost an optical illusion. He gets both free throws though, so same score impact, 8-6. And Jakiri checks in. Savannah with a quick response. Again, Rivero, 8 points already. All the scoring for Crvena Zvezda. Partizan can't get it to go. They get the rebound. They take it again. And Osakowski gets the bucket. So to and fro. 3-point shot there. That's nicely drained. That is nicely drained there by McIntyre, the Bulgarian national. Jones takes the 3-point shot. Can't get it to go. And we have a timeout. 11-10. Crvena Zvezda lead. First time they've led this quarter and this match, indeed, in this local rivalry. One thing is for sure, Jasil Rivero is absolutely lights out early. 8 points, well above his season average of 5. Which is great to see. They sit the timeout. Thursday night in Belgrade. A Serbian derby in the EuroLeague. Two fierce rivalries. Who will it be? Will it be the red side? Will it be the black side that takes this out? Cody Miller-McIntyre with his three has given this red side, Crvena Zvezda, the lead. Here we go. Crvena Zvezda again. Miller-McIntyre on the ball. Crvena Zvezda sitting ninth in the EuroLeague at the moment. Partizan all the way down in 15th. Drives it in with such a pinpoint pass there. Belomboy gets the bucket. They extend their lead out to 3. Ukrainian board Russian in Belomboy ran a great line. Miller-McIntyre with a traceable at pass. Nice little bounce pass into the paint. Doesn't work. They kick it back out. Hand in from Crvena Zvezda. Partizan trying to work on it. Batted back across halfway again by Zvezda. Then the spin move sliding into score is Sterling Brown. Didn't warm up with the side, but he is out there, which is positive. American averages 14 points a game. Nice little follow-up rebound work for Belomboy to go back-to-back for buckets for Crvena Zvezda. They lead by 3 again. 3 minutes 13 on the clock in this first quarter. Calates gives the ball on. Shot flicked wide, sorry, I should say. Osakowski can't get it to go. Carlick Jones is in there, but turned over. Zvezda, chance to extend their lead inside the final 3 minutes of this first quarter. Swatted away, though. Good defense. Osakowski. Calates is fouled. Foul called on Carter. So Crvena Zvezda ball. Oh, sorry, Partizan ball. They bring that in. Calates. Sends wide. 3-point shot from the wing. Beautifully taken, and he's hit in the shot. Sterling Brown pulls them level, and he'll go to the line to get the lead back. 2:36 on the clock. Beautiful work from Partizan. Kicked out from Calates. Out wide to the left wing, and Sterling Brown gets clipped by Miller-McIntyre in his shot. So he'll go to the line, and it's been called an unsportsmanlike. Because the foul came from underneath the shot. So, not only a shot to take the lead for Brown, which he does. Fix that, wrong side. It was Partizan, apologies. Let us know where you're tuning in from if you're watching along. It's going to be Partizan ball here. Calates brings it in. A little handoff with Brown. Calates at the point. And Brown working the 1-2. Brown crossing over back and forth. Pulls back for another 3. Doesn't quite drop. Rebound taken. Belomboy doing the hard work. And it's kicked up off the foul. The foul called on Arian Lakic. Now Crvena Zvezda go to work. Miller-McIntyre. We've got another foul. Now Kalinic. Miller-McIntyre kicks it wide. Driving into the paint, losing his footing a little bit of a fumble, but they managed to control it. Half-court shot. Not successful, though, from Watchalong. Let's have a little review here with the referee. .151 on the clock here till quarter time. Rivalry absolutely in the balance. So it is Partizan ball. Partizan working it down through Calates. Lobs it over the top. Finds Yakiri, who takes it to the hoop and gets them 2 points. They lead by 3. Partizan. Miller McIntyre doing all the work here. 3-point shot. That is very nice. I think that's Stojkovic. No, Kalinic, sorry. Levels us up at 18s. Partizan with a minute left on the clock in this first quarter, trying to get the 3-point shot response, and they certainly do. Back-to-back threes. Both sides firing them. Lakic gets this one. They lead 21-18 in the final minute of this first quarter. Now crashing the boards. They get 2 back. He's dangerous from range, Kalinic, and now he does the work in the paint. Chikiri. Calates bats it out. 3-point shot from out wide. Doesn't go. Now Kalinic takes the rebound. He's everywhere at the moment for Crvena Zvezda. Ten seconds on the clock to a quarter time. Miller McIntyre, the Bulgarian international, American born. Step back 3. Doesn't go. It'll fade away. 2-pointer on the buzzer won't work either. So at the break, it'll be just the smallest of margins for Partizan. They lead by 1. And unfortunately, our stats feed not allocating player numbers, so we don't have, at this point, we will work on your key player numbers at the quarter. In the other games around the ground in the third quarter, Zalgiris Kaunas leading Barcelona 59-56. And also in the third quarter, Panathinaikos 65 leading Hapoel Tel Aviv 59. Dubai and Monaco playing as well in Dubai, and Dubai lead 24-18 at quarter time. Great to have you tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. We bring you plenty more EuroLeague watch-alongs in the coming days and, well, weeks as the season comes to its pinnacle. Plenty of other basketball too, as well as some other sports. Gisele Rivero does lead all scorers in this first quarter with 8 points. Get off to an absolute flyer. So 8 points and 1 rebound for him. Kalinick with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Miller McIntyre 3 points, 6 rebounds. 6 assists, sorry. Then on the Partizan side, Sterling Brown with 6 points. Carly Jones, the South Sudanese international, 4 points, 1 rebound. And then we've got a cluster of players on 2 and 3 points. Calathe's leading the assists with 3. And a lot of rebounds for Partizan just yet. If you do want to know any individual player stats, let us know. Especially if you're having some wages on those, let us know and we can try and pull those fairly regularly for you. But we are now underway in the second quarter. Crvena Zvezda with the ball. Butler kicks it out. 3-point shot. Batted back. Butler with another 3. Doesn't go again. Batted back again. This time it's swatted down by Partizan, but again it lands with Butler. Repeat efforts here. Good boards work from Crvena Zvezda, but the defence too strong as it's kicked out here as they take the rebound, and Calates comes away with it. Calates just pulling it up. Lakic. Sterling Brown driving towards the edge of the shooting lane. Can't get it to go, though. Miller McIntyre. Calates gets the last touch. No, he doesn't. Crvena Zvezda get the last touch, so it'll be Partizan ball down at the offensive end. So Partizan will have the ball here. Referee's just heading over to review this, is he? No, he's just picking up something that's been dropped. And then he's going to come back. Under consultation between the officials. So in that first quarter, Crvena Zvezda dominating the rebounds. They lead 10-5 in the rebounding count overall. Winning those boards, a key piece for them. But here comes Partizan, 3-point shot they think about, decide better of it. Now Sterling Brown, 8 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to the left. Lakic. Lobs it over the top. 2 players get tangled. No foul given. Out of bounds. And that will be Crvena Zvezda ball. 1 minute and 8 seconds gone in this second quarter. Still no score in this stanza. Crvena Zvezda with Jared Butler. Butler loose pass. It's batted down by Brown, and Calates comes away with it. Overhead no-look flick from Calates. They move it into the paint. Doesn't quite go. It was a pretty hot shot from Jakiri. Now Butler just sliding his way through the defence. Gets a 2. Opening score of the quarter. Gives his side the lead back. Has he drawn some contact here on his way through? Yes, he has. So he's at the line for an additional shot. Looking to make it a 2-point lead for his side as Lakic checks out for Partizan. Butler at the line. Doesn't go. Rebound taken by Tonya Jakiri. Hands it off to Calates. He just moves it down the centre of the court under pressure from Miljanovic. Kicks it across now. Brown back to Calates. Drives into lane. Overhead flick. Batted out of bounds by Crvena Zvezda. That was Milanovic. He's working overtime since he's come on. It'll be Calates to inbound it for Partizan 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3-point shot from Brown. Drains it from the left wing. That is a nice shot from wide out. He's 2 from 3 from the 3-point line. Brown takes himself up to 6 points. Actually, I think that'll take him up to 9 points now, sorry. Partizan lead 24-22. Little miss from the mid-range there. Nikolai Kalinic. Two players go head-to-head. They're colliding. And Stefan Miljanovic will give away the foul. So first foul against Miljanovic. How can they conjure this? Brown now on the ball. Driving down into the lane. Little spin move. Jumps up over the top. Under pressure. Takes the 2. Moves himself along. He'll be up to 11 points now. That'll be a timeout for Crvena Zvezda early in this second quarter. The big rivalry game for Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda the red versus Partizan the black. They are all set. Partizan looked dead and buried earlier this season. Carl Jones returned. And Partizan are having a party, playing spoiler now from low on the ladder. 5-0 in March, including a double overtime win over Valencia. Jones averaged 18.4 points across that run. He's up to 15.4 over the season. Understandably so, Carl Jones was given the March MVP of the EuroLeague. As we sit in this timeout for Crvena Zvezda. A 4-point lead, Zvezda with the ball. What can they come up with here? Get to the pointy end of this regular season. Crvena Zvezda. Oh, Brown with a nice steal. Look at that. Gets it away. Fernando's back out there. Now Calates is on the ball for them. That's his second steal, Sterling Brown. Calates kicks it wide. In they go to Fernando in the paint. He's double teamed, but he doesn't mind. He gets up, gets over, and it drops for another 2. Biggest lead of the game, 6 points. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. And feel free to jump into those comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. There's a foul given there. Looks like it might be on. Just trying to work out. It's an offensive foul. Offensive foul called on Azundu for Crvena Zvezda. So that does not help the cause. Partizan now with the ball with Sterling Brown. Driving down court. With Pokasevsky. Now Calates drives into the lane, tries to get up and over. Fumbled ball, out of bounds. Crvena Zvezda ball. Calates loves that no-look pass over behind his back. Not exactly a high success rate so far today. So, Zvezda with a chance to try and reduce the deficit here. They do straight away. Beautiful 2-point shot. Mid-range jumper gets them back to 4. Zandu, the man with the bucket. Nice screen there. Calathes kicks back. Swung wide. Brown. Stepping across, looking at his options. Gets a little bit of space, goes for three. Sterling Brown from downtown. 31-24. Sterling Brown up to 14 points. Absolutely firing this quarter. Bounce pass into the paint. Doesn't get the outcome that they're looking for. Crvena Zvezda out of bounds. Partizan ball. 5:21 on the clock here until half time. Stefan Miljanovic there getting the pass. He's become very creative and the defensive pressure's been brilliant since he's come on as well. Great to have you tuning in. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Now, Jones is back out there for Partizan. Sterling Brown drives into the lane and gets another bucket to drop. They lead by 9. Crvena Zvezda needs some sort of response here. Jordan Awara for 3. He hits it. And that gets them back into the game a little. 6-point ball game now. 4:37 on the clock. Get the turnover. Hands it off. Little layup doesn't go, though, for Davidovac. Ball working with Fernando in the paint. Leaves it short, but he's going to be fouled. And the foul is going to be called on Izundu. So, still well and truly in this Zvezda. Izundu now on 2 fouls. Sterling Brown checks out for a breather. It will be Partizan ball. With Fernando at the line for 2 free throws. Bruno Fernando. The man from Angola. Won the 2025 Afro Basket. Misses his first free throw. Can he hit the second? Yes, he does. So 34-27. Fernando with 5 points. Now Zvezda going to work. Some spin move in the paint, trying to draw the foul, and he does. Jordan Awara does well drawing the foul there with just 3 seconds on the shot clock. Under 4 minutes remain until half time. Foul's called on Bruno Fernando. His first. Awara misses the free throw, the first of. .359 on the clock. He's at the line for his second. He gets that one. Gets it back to a 6-point game. Isaac Bonga with Amanda inbound. Working with Carleek Jones. Double team on Jones here. They try and kick it out quickly. Open layup now. Just tapped in from Fernando. The double team undone. The Partizan fans are in raptures. See a collision there between 2 players. Lit for Savannah. Beautiful drive to the lane there. Miller McIntyre Takes it in, takes the layup, gets 2. Partizan will call a timeout, will they? They certainly will. 36-30 at this stage, late in this second quarter. Game on for these two heavy rivals. Let's take a chance to have a quick look at the stats. Leading the way for all comers is Sterling Brown. So let's start with Partizan. 16 points for Sterling Brown. Bruno Fernando, 7 points, 1 rebound. And then we go back to Carlick Jones, 4 points and 1 rebound. Calates, the other notable contributor, with 4 assists. And then for Crvena Zvezda, Rivero, 8 points. He got those in the first quarter. We haven't seen in this quarter. 1 rebound. Clinic, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Miller McIntyre, 5 points, 6 assists. And then in terms of rebounds, Bolomboy and Ogele, both with 3 rebounds. The key contributors so far. Great to have you tuning in. It'd be great if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you're enjoying the content. And don't be afraid to get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're cheering for. If you've got some bets on, let us know who you've backed, what you've backed. Maybe you've got the over-unders riding, or you've taken one of the teams at the spread. Back underway. Ball with Partizan with Jones. Carlick Jones, 3:20 on the clock till half-time. Carlick Jones going to work here. At the point. Looking for an avenue, looking for an option. The shot clock ticks down. He goes and tries to do it all himself. Beautiful block there from Azundu. And Miller McIntyre goes the other end. A little underhanded layup. Can't get it to go. Ostkowski straight away for Jones. Thinks about handing it off. Pops it wide. 3-point shot. Doesn't drop, but it's batted back. Jones is clattered into as he takes the ball. Now Ostkowski for 3. Doesn't go again for Partizan, but again they get the rebound. Rebounding picking up for them. Another 3-point shot. This one well off for Lakic. They're just going to crash the boards here. Dos Santos, is it? No, Maneke comes on. And straight away in the scoring. 4-point ball game. Misdirected pass out of bounds from Partizan. Bonga was under pressure, couldn't get a clean pass away, and now to be Zvezda ball on halfway. The Zvezda fans are jumping. The arena is buzzing. Zvezda trying to come back after a slow start to this second quarter. Miller McIntyre looking for the bullet pass in again. Doesn't work out. As well picked off by Fernando. Sterling Brown driving into the lane. Can't get it to go. Fernando. Ostakowski. Fernando gets it again. Can't get it to go again. Close range layup. Rebound taken by Moneke and straight away down the other end. And 2 points. Goes the way of Nawara. And we've got a 2-point ball game. I think Partizan, yes, they'll take another timeout here late in this second quarter. This has been a run from Crvena Zvezda. Remembering Partizan have not lost a game since February. Interesting times. The big rivalry across Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda the red versus Partizan the black. Led by as much as 9 earlier on. Now back to a 2-point ball game. Here we come out of the timeout now. Into the final couple of minutes of this second quarter. Partizan ball here. They need to stem the flow. The lead has been chipped right back at in this round 35 clash. 1 minute 40 on the clock. Partizan with the ball through Calathes. Calathes now kicks it out. Beautiful work finding an unmarked man in the paint. Isaac Bonga gets two back. Elite 38-34. Miller McIntyre handoff. Going to work, couldn't get it to go. Nawara. USA born Nigerian national international player. Calathes. Calathes taking it on. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as Calathes keeps pulling up at the point. Drives now into the lane, gets up and over. Can't get it to go. Good stop for Crvena Zvezda. I think we've got a foul here on Ossetkowski. Certainly do. So with 51 seconds on the clock, it'll be Crvena Zvezda ball. Miller McIntyre. Working them around. Hands off now to Monique. Kicked back in. Little bit of exchange there, and Monique's fouled under the post. Looks like the foul will be called on Tonye Jakiri. Partizan's coach, Juan Panaroya, frustrated with that call. 34.5 seconds on the clock here. Monique gets the foul and gets the free throw. Monique at the line for a second. 2 from 2. Gets us to a 2-point game. Calathes now on the ball. Back for Jones. Carlick Jones drives down the right edge of the lane. Gets fouled. Tries to take the shot to get the 2 free throws, but that won't be the case. As Sava Juric checks in. Vidovac there on defense now. Carlick Jones. 8 on the shot clock. 5-second differential shot clock to game clock. Carlick Jones drives into the paint. Tries to kick it out to Calathes. And he's been called for a travel. 6.8 seconds on the clock. Crvena Zvezda will have the last possession here. We're going to have a timeout. Zvezda might look to advance this here. And with less than 10 seconds remaining in the first half, it is absolutely down to the wire. As 1 point at quarter time. Now 2 points margin heading into the half. Could we be all tied up if Crvena Zvezda can find the right play drawn up here? Let's run through the scorers to this point. Sterling Brown, 16 points, leading the way for Partizan. We then go to Bruno Fernando with 7 points and 2 rebounds. Carlick Jones, 4 points and 2 rebounds. Calathes leads the way on the assist count with 4 for them. And then for Crvena Zvezda, it is Jasil Rivero with 8 points, all gathered in the first quarter and 1 rebound. We also have Jordan Nawara with 6 points and 1 assist. Kalinick with 5 points, 2 rebounds. Miller McIntyre, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a pretty heavy stat line. Jordan Bolomboy with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Joel Bolomboy, sorry. And Ojaleye also has 3 rebounds. So these stat leaders heading into the half. 6.8 seconds, no advancement of the ball. Zveda inbound, work it down, over half court, 4 seconds remain. Now they drive into the paint, getting up and over, and that's a nice bucket on half time. Really good work there. Jared Butler ties us up. Just checking he got the shot away in time. He certainly did. So at half time, it will be 38 apiece between these two fierce rivals, as they were at the start of the match, as they are at half time, all level. No gap between these two sides, but it's all to play for in the second half. Pride of the town on the line. Belgrade v Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda 38, Partizan 38. We'll take a short break and we'll be rejoining you in about 8 minutes or so with the second half of this EuroLeague clash, the round 35 match between Crvena Zvezda and Partizan Belgrade. Big thanks to you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and we'll be back with you in about 8 minutes to bring you all of the live commentary for the second half in this EuroLeague clash. We are back and set for the third quarter here. Crvena Zvezda takes on Partizan. It is game on. These two sides, fierce rivals. They've played 7 times in the EuroLeague, and 5 of those 7 matches have been decided by a single score, including the last two. 79-76 back in December. It was Partizan taking the chocolates there. And the last time before that was in January of 2025. It was 73-71. Zvezda getting it done. But we are set for the third quarter. As these two sides get ready for battle. Nothing separates them at the moment. 38 apiece. And we are underway in the third quarter. Miller McIntyre working with Rivera, who's back out there. Barely saw a minute in that second quarter. He's back out there. He goes to the hoop. Can't get the bucket, but he will get the foul. And he'll head to the line to add to his already 8 points from the first quarter. So it will be 2 shots. A little bit of confusion. It's Jake Milton that's called for the foul. Vera hits the first, gives them the lead for Zvezda. Make that 2 from 2, and they lead by 2. 9:40 on the clock here in the third quarter. Milton now on the offense. Ossetkowski. For Jones. Ball batted down, lobbed forward now. Rivero back to the hoop again. It's hard to see why he sat out the second quarter. He's basically played the first quarter and the start of this one and has 12 points in less than 12 minutes. Now Milton, big lob pass. Ossetkowski gives it back now to Jones. Bounce pass in. Fernando, easy as you like through the middle. 42-40. Great to have you all tuning in. Lovely if you could hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from, how you're spending your Thursday night or Friday morning, depending on what time it is where you are. McIntyre Miller kicks it through, driving in for the hoop. Can't get it to go, though. Davidovac. Straight away down the other end is Bonga. Gives it back now for Jones. Jones slides his way into the lane, kicks it back out. Ossetkowski. Milton. Straight down the other end, Zvezda, and we've got a wedged ball. We've got a foul and a 2-point shot. Oh, two 1-point shots, I should say. 2 free throws. Foul on the 2-point shot. And again, it's Milton, it looks like. It is Milton on Rivero. So the Cuban big will go to the line. Averaging 5 points a game this season. He's up to 13 with that first free throw. Understandably, Milton checks out. As it sits at the moment on the ladder, Zvezda are in the play-in spot. Left short there. Lobbed over the top. Beautiful pass from Osikowski. Fernando, nice move in the post. Gets it back to a 1-point ball game. Fernando up to double digits with 11 points. Monique kicks it back out. Rivero couldn't get that one to go. Brown does well to keep it in bounds. Gets it back to Osikowski, who returns the pass. Brown now in for Fernando in the paint. One step, two step. Can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. The bigs at both ends are creating havoc at the moment. That's where the power and the strength is. Almost 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. 43-42. Zvezda lead Partizan in this Belgrade derby. As we said, they've played 7 times in the EuroLeague. And it's 4-3 to Partizan at the moment. Bruno Fernando now. Hits his first, ties us up at 43s. Chance to take the lead here for Partizan again. It's been a seesawing encounter, this one. Fernando again. Doesn't get the second. But they're going to say he gets to go again. Someone's gone early. So Fernando on the do-over. And he gets this one. 44-43. 7:05 on the clock. Rivero. Working there. Miller McIntyre. Nawara. Nike kicks out wide. Back to Miller McIntyre. Thinks about the 3 drives into the lane. Bounce pass behind him, but it goes to no one. Picked off in the end by Brown. Kicks it out wide. 3-point shot, Carleek Jones. Just like that, Partizan are out of the blocks and leading by 4 again. Nawara. Manike back to Nawara. A steal. Away they go. Brown. He's got Fernando with him. But he'll draw the foul. Question will be, is it a shooting foul? It's on Miller McIntyre. I think it will be. I think Sterling Brown will go to the line for 2 to extend their lead. He does. 6:15 on the clock. Brown hits his first. Both sides more than capable of going on runs here. Partizan looking to extend that 5-game unbeaten run that dates back till February. There it is. 6-point lead. Miller McIntyre. Monique. Calling for the foul. The referee says no. Ball just knocked out of your hands, but it is your ball after it went out of bounds. 49-43. Zvezda. Work to do here. Monique inbounds. Miller McIntyre. Little step back. 3. That carves away at the lead. 49-46. That's Butler back out there. His first 3 of the evening. Fernando setting the screen for Jones. Can't quite get what he's looking for. Gets a mismatch for Fernando, though. He pops the ball in and under. Osakowski can't get it to go. But we're going to have goaltending. 51-46. Almost halfway through this third quarter. They've been the better starter in each of the quarters, have Partizan. Nawara, little fade away. That's beautiful. Under pressure. Gets the 2, gets it back to a 3-point game. Takes himself to 8 points. 5 minutes on the clock. Fernando kicks it out now. Brown, Jones. Jones under pressure from Rivero. It's up and over. Can't get it to go though. Wanted a foul. Doesn't have it. Nico with a fumble. Fernando very lackadaisical about getting it. Butler pops it out the back door to Miller McIntyre. He tries to go all the way in one pass, and it's intercepted by Osakowski. And now Jones pulls up for 3 and drains it from the 45-degree angle on the right. 54-48. That is huge, and that'll be a timeout for Zvezda. Jones is absolutely on fire. Take a look at those stats now that we're in the timeout. Partizan, Brown, 18 points. Fernando, 13 points and 3 rebounds. Jones, 10 points and 3 rebounds. Osakowski, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. On the other side of things for Zvezda, 13 points for Rivero, 2 rebounds. Nawara, 8 points, 2 assists. And Butler, 7 points, 1 rebound. Miller McIntyre, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Certainly leading the way on the assist front. But it's been a run here for Partizan. They're getting on top. They're turning the screws and trying to put the pressure on their crosstown rivals. Plenty of big shots so far in this quarter. Carlik Jones and Jared Butler leading the way for their respective sides. As Partizan take their time coming out of the timeout. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments down below. In a lot of your cases, off to the right-hand side. Miller McIntyre on the ball for Zvezda. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Butler. Little fumble. Gets it back though. Wing 3 shot doesn't go. Well rebounded. Miller McIntyre goes for another 3. He hits this one. Again, the 45-degree angle is the key. Out on the left this time for Zvezda. And we're back to a 3-point ball game. So, Jones at the other end. Defense goes to double team, pulls out of that as he reverses. 4 on the shot clock. He gets the outside of Butler. Throws it up. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. 56-51. 3:25 on the clock till three-quarter time. Miller McIntyre. Kicks it along. Miller McIntyre, step back. Calling players to him. Butler. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to have to go here. Pulls up for 3. Doesn't get it. Batted down. And a foul. Not sure who the foul will be called on. There's a few bodies in close quarters there. That'll be on Fernando. There we go. The replay gives it away. Fernando checks out for a little breather. Mitch Jakiri checks in, and meanwhile, Jordan Nawara will go to the free throw line, and he hits his first. Jump the gun there with a double click on the scoreboard. Hits his second. Should have backed him in. 56-53. 3 minutes on the clock. 3-point ball game in the third quarter. All the threes, and Jordan Nawara wearing jersey 33, as is the man on the ball, Calathera. Brown. Working it in now for Jakiri. Pulls up over the top. Can't get his mid-range jumper to go. Miller McIntyre just drives down, tries to engage the defence. Nawara draws the foul. Shot waved away. 2:30 on the clock. It's Calathera just giving it away. You saw that Nawara was cutting into an open lane. Butler going to work here, trying to find the angles. Pops it out wide. And in underneath the post. Balomboy gets the 2. Rolls it up and slams it down. Gets us to a 1-point ball game with 2:12 on the clock. His 200th game in the EuroLeague. Jones a little scrappy pass, and Nawara just pushes it back across halfway, and Jones will track back to pick it up. Not going out of bounds, so Calathera will inbound it. Carlick Jones wide on the right. Slices his way into the lane. Butler can't believe it. He's been called for a foul. He thought he got all ball. So 56-55, 6 seconds on the shot clock at the moment. They're going to say it was a shooting foul. I thought he might have got away with that just outside the lane. Carlick Jones will go to the line. Gets the first. Takes himself to 13 points. Gets the second. Takes 10 to 58 and himself along to 14. Second leading scorer for his side. And Jones checks out for a breather, as does Ossetkowski. Miller McIntyre. Butler working now at the top of the key. Steps back outside the three-point line. Now drives in. One-hander over the top. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken nicely there by Lakic. Lakic, I should say. Brown doing it all himself. Can't get the shot away, though. So pulls back and gives it off to Calathera. He puts it in for Jakiri, but he's been called for an offensive foul. The big Nigerian can't believe it. $1:19 till three-quarter time. 3-point ball game. Jakiri checks out. Fernando checks in. Nigerian out. The Angolan in. Miller McIntyre. Ojale is out there. Now Miller McIntyre, ball in. Optimistic shot looking for the foul. Doesn't work out for Bolomboy. That'd be Calathes to get it back inbound. Brown back to Calathes in the 33. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Brown for 3. Doesn't go. Fernando couldn't get a finger on the rebound. That's taken away. Lobbed in, looking for Olajaye. That'll be a foul. Foul will be called on Arajan Lakic. So, Semi Ojalaye will go to the line. 2 free throws. Misses his first. Still 58-55. 35 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Ojalaye with the second. Misses the second as well, but they get the rebound. Bolomboy comes away with it. And I think it might have gone. No, it didn't go off Brown, they say. Bolomboy frustrated by that. We're going to have a coach's challenge here on this one. And the fact that there was no touch from Brown going out of bounds. The referees will review it. Coach's challenge it is. Great to have you all tuning in. This one's coming down to the wire as we head towards the fourth quarter. 30 seconds on the clock. The original call here is that the ball's out of Zvezda. But does Sterling Brown get a touch for Partizan before it goes out of bounds? That is a big question. Sterling Brown, the leading scorer in this game, 18 points so far. Next best, Cullick Jones with 14. Bruno Fernando for 13 for Partizan. And then on the opposite side is Jasil Rivero with 13. And Jordan Awara with 10. So it looks like the challenge will be unsuccessful. So Obradovic will be a little disappointed, the coach there. But Nick Calathes will have the ball now. To inbound. 30 seconds on the clock. 6.5 second differential shot clock to game clock. Cullick Jones drives it down the left edge of the court for Partizan. Brown. They set up for the screen, but it's read well, intercepted, and going all the way at the other end. Oh, and they get the stop somehow. A missed layup. Opportunity for 3 here on the buzzer. Doesn't go, and it will remain a 3-point ball game. Kalinick is irate, trying to claim that there was goaltending. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't get tech fouled here. So it was Milanovic went up. And then Kalinick, no, that was well done by Brown from behind. Managed to flick it away at the hoop, I'm pretty sure. Was the ball over and going in the rim? That's going to be the question here. But 58-55 at three-quarter time. 10 minutes remain, 1 quarter to come. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Let us know where in the world you are tuning in from, where you're watching from, and who you're going for. Who do you want to see win this one? Interesting times as we head towards the fourth quarter, that is for certain. But let's talk the leading scorers as we did just before. And it is Sterling Brown with 18 points, 2 rebounds and 1 assist. 14 points for Carlick Jones, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And 13 points Bruno Fernando, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. For Zvezda, 13 points for Rivero, 2 rebounds. 10 points Nawara, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And Miller McIntyre, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. It's been a seesawing game. It's only got as far as 9 points halfway through that second quarter, which was the largest lead for Partizan. Zvezda have led by as much as 4 during the match so far. So it is absolutely down to the wire. 5 of the 7 times these teams have clashed in EuroLeague, it's been decided by a single score. This one looks like it will be a very similar story. It was a 1-point lead for Partizan at quarter time. All level at halftime, and now at three-quarter time, a 3-point lead for the men in black, Partizan Belgrade. Carlick Jones putting on 10 points in that third term. We've got a tech foul to start the fourth quarter. And Sterling Brown, the man at the line, misses the first. Gets his second. 59-55, Partizan extend their lead by 1. In other games this morning, Hapoel Tel Aviv beat Panathinaikos 92-88. Žalgiris Kaunas 83-71 over Barcelona. And Dubai lead Monaco late in the third quarter by 2, 73-71. Paris blowing out Milano 49-30 in the second quarter. And Maccabi Tel Aviv and Anadolu Efes are all level. Right now, we're in the action here. Partizan with the ball. Fernando collides with Butler. Butler just coming in, trying to get in front. Lost his footing. Looked like it could have been really awkward for a minute there. Will be called as a foul. Butler with no control of his action, really. No malintent, but no control. Beautiful there. Nice little layup for Bonga. Extends the lead out further. 6-point lead now early in this final term. Mojalei. Kalinic can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound in the end and comes for Ojalei, and that will be a foul. No, it was Bolomboy, sorry, who's been fouled by Bonga. 9:18 on the clock in this fourth quarter. was a pretty soft foul for Bonga to give away, to be honest. Only his first, though. And they lead by 6. 42 seconds gone in this fourth quarter. Great to have you tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Plenty more EuroLeague and other sporting action coming to you on our live watch-alongs. And out of bounds, Zvezda there. Foot on the line from Jared Butler. All spotted by the referee. We will on Sunday afternoon Australian time have the Game 5, the deciding game of the Australian NBL Championship Series coming to you. Sydney Kings versus Adelaide 36ers as Jones misses a layup, gets the rebound though, and will draw a foul. Looks like the foul will be called on Monique. So, lob back now. 12 on the shot clock. Fernando for Brown. Brown, little crossover. Drives to the right-hand edge of the lane. Gets up and over. Can't get it to go. They do get the rebound. Brown set for 3. Drains it. That is huge. A 9-point lead. Back to their biggest lead of the game for Partizan. And understandably, their ultra crowd is up and about. Brown 4 from 6 from 3-point range. And that will lead to Zvezda taking a time out here. 9-point lead. They led by exactly the same margin midway through the second quarter. And now here they lead early in the fourth by 9 points. A low-scoring encounter between the two rival sides from Belgrade. Sold out arena here between the two. Pride on the line as Partizan look to extend their 5-game winning streak, their undefeated run through March to 6 here early in April. And of course, remiss of me not to wish you all a happy Easter, the start of the Easter long weekend here in Australia. Timeout continues on. Neither side any rush to come out of their huddle. Zvezda come out first. Now Partizan start to emerge and take the court. So Zvezda on the ball. Work to do. 8:40 on the clock. Miller McIntyre. Trying to create the mismatch. Gets the ball back on the return pass from Kalinic. Goes for 3. Doesn't go. But good clean-up work there from Nawara. Comes back and picks up the 2. On the rebound. Takes the layup. Now Calathera. Calathas on the ball, sorry. Calathas thinks about the 3. Pull up 3 instead. And drain. That is a beautiful stroke from Isaac Bonga, the German. And now that is their biggest lead of the game. Double digits for Partizan. They lead by 10. 7:47 on the clock. Miller McIntyre. They work it around here. Kalinic. Little turn move over the top. Tries to bank it in off the glass. Can't go. Brown almost fighting with Bonga for the rebound. They realise they're fighting each other. Decide better of it. Bonga carving into the glass and gets another to drop. This is starting to turn into a bit of an onslaught from Partizan. Bonga up to 9 points. And then we've got a foul against Carlick Jones. Interesting call. Jones not happy with it. They're still debating it. No coach's challenge. So we get on with things. Miller McIntyre with the ball. 7:25 on the clock. Work the ball now. Nawara gets up and over. Can't get it to go. Batted down. Falls for Osikowski. He gets the return pass from Kalathis. Brown. Fernando. Thrusts it back to Brown, who flicks it in underneath. Osikowski. Great defensive work there in the end by Monique, but he takes it out of bounds. So it will be Partizan ball. 6 seconds on the clock. They lead by 12. Under 7 minutes remaining. Now we've got a foul against Zvezda, against Abuka Izundu. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel to stay up to date with all of your EuroLeague. Plenty more basketball and other sports as well. As Chikiri checks in for Fernando. Calathes working around, pulls up for three. Oh my, that's a deep, deep three. And a deep, deep blow for Zvezda as Partizan now lead by 15 with 6 minutes 40 on the clock. They're blowing this out, are the men in black from Belgrade? What does the red side of town have to answer here? As Calathes gives away a foul. It's back a wonderful three-point stroke there from a good stride outside the three-point arc. Another foul given. I'm going to have to be careful here, despite the significant lead. Isaac Bonga this time. Second foul for him. So ball inbound. Nawara. Miller McIntyre drives into the lane, going to try and do it all himself, and he's going to successfully do it all himself. 72-59. Gets himself up to 10 points. 6:15 on the clock. Now Bonga. Hands it off to Calathes. Bonga from wide for three and drains it from the far out on the right wing. And now here we go. The flares are starting to go in the arena. Miller McIntyre gets up and over. He's going to take the whole team on his back. Count the bucket M1, they say. Trying to chip away at this deficit. From 16 now, back to 14. Chikiri, 4 fouls. 5:43 on the clock. Miller McIntyre at the line. And he hits his free throw. Takes the and one. 13-point game. Carlick Jones just carves through the middle. Takes another 2. He's up to 16 points. Miller McIntyre. It's a return pass. Finds a little bit of space. Shoots for 3 from deep and drains another. 12-point game now. Miller McIntyre racking up the points. 3 from 5 from three-point range. He's up to 13 points. He's taking the team on his back at this point. Will it be too little too late? Brown kicks it out. Jones for 3. And another 3 for Partizan. They are just putting the pressure on, and he is having a great time. 100% shooting from three-point range for Jones today. 3 from 3. He's up to 16 points. He's having a big second half. Onike goes in, gets fouled. Foul will be called on Oskowski. Will it be called on Jakiri? No, it must have been Oskowski because I'm pretty sure Jakiri already on 4 fouls. Onike with the first free throw. It is 66. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as Manike hits second free throw. 13-point ball game. 4.5 minutes remaining. Jones. This is well in Partizan's control. They were 5-0 in March. They're loving playing the spoiler as they climb the ladder from 15th where they sit at the moment. And we have a call for 3 seconds in the key, I think. 4:15 on the clock. Silly mistakes like that will allow Zvezda with the chance to chip back away at this lead. A couple of three-pointers here, and all of a sudden it's game on. Butler. Now Miller McIntyre. Miller McIntyre for 3. And there he goes. Hits another. He is absolutely firing at the moment. 10-point ball game. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Zvezda are not putting the cue in the rack just yet, but Partizan will call a time out. Miller McIntyre has raced up to 16 points. It's been a three-pronged attack for them. Sterling Brown leads the way for Partizan, 22 points. Jones with 19, Fernando with 13. Bonga's crept up to 12 as well now, but Miller McIntyre is taking Zvezda on his back, with 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Next best for them is Rivero with 13 points, but he only really played so far the first and third quarters, interestingly enough. And then Nawara with 12, 3, and 3. It's been a 3-point clinic in this last quarter. Both sides draining the long-range shots, that is for certain. But in this timeout from Partizan as they try and maintain this double-digit lead. The Zvezda know they've got their work cut out for them. Excuse me. Right, 3:59 on the clock. Partizan in possession. Bonga over the top to Brown. Brown pops it over now to Jones. Back to Brown. Using lofted pass to overcome the press. Now Brown driving, pops up for 3. Left short, finds the front of the rim. Rebound taken, Miller McIntyre. Step back for 3. Doesn't go. Brown with the rebound. Had to do some fancy footwork to get out of there. No foul given by Azundu. 3 minutes 20 to go. Zundu called for the foul. Not in the bonus just yet. So Jones drives it long. Bonga there. Fernando kicks out. Brown for 3. Doesn't get it to go. Fernando trying to take the rebound. Can't get it. Loses his footing. Calithes just wanders in. The little mid-range jumper can't get it, but he gets his own rebound. This is good for time management, that's for sure. Down inside 3 minutes now. Now Jones kicks out Brown. Further, Calithes from the right wing. Doesn't get it to go. Fernando gets the rebound though. Brown for 3 at the top of the three-point arc. Can't get it to go. And finally, just finally, Zvezda managed to get a rebound, and there's going to be a foul on Fernando in the contest. 2:42 on the clock. So Fernando gets his third foul. 10-point margin, 2:42 on the clock. Not impossible, just getting more unlikely as the time ticks down. Great to have you all tuning in. Another live watch along. Zvezda are in the bonus, so they will go to the line. Sundu misses the first. Gets a second. 9-point margin. Chipping away, but will it be too slow? Calithes and Kalik Jones. Jones trying to get across half court. Gets the ball across to Calithes. They might have to coaches challenge this because I think they've been called for an 8-second violation here in the backcourt. Calithes trying to argue because his feet were across the half court, but the ball wasn't. Interesting times. Is it going to be the 8-second call? They're going to look at the replay here. On the 8-second violation. Going all the way back to the inbound pass here. Interesting times. Ball not in the player's hands at the moment. Looks still short of half court. It's going to be the barest of margins either way. 9-point ball game, 2 minutes 33 on the clock. Coach's challenge ongoing here. Big thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. And there it is. They show the clock. 8-second violation is upheld. That is absolutely huge. So Zvezda now with the ball. They trailed by as much as 15 here. And they've got it back to 9. If they could score here, it could be 6 or 7. As Jordan Awara is called to the other side of the court, the right edge of the Zvezda attack to do the inbound, just on the offensive side of halfway. Kicks it out now, Butler. Big, deep 3, doesn't quite go. Didn't have a long time to get that away. And we can have a foul here. Jakiri. The foul call, no, on Fernando. So it's called on Bruno Fernando. So again, in the bonus, so Zundu goes to the line, hits his first. Chipping away at this margin bit by bit. Still 2:28 to go in this match. Zvezda. Two from two there. 7-point game. It's a big possession, this one. Managing the clock, but also getting some more points on to maintain that buffer. Calathes. Jones ends up on the ground in a battle with Butler. Now Butler on the ground. And Butler's going to be called for the foul here. And that will put Partizan into the bonus. So Kalik Jones will go to the line. Coach asked Butler if he wants to challenge. He shrugged his shoulders. That's not confident. They won't challenge. And Kalik Jones will go to the line. Gets his first. 2:15 on the clock. Still plenty of time for some twists and turns. Two from two. So now Miller McIntyre drives down court. Just going to try and do it all himself. Opens up there. Bonga steps out of the way. Doesn't want to give the foul. 7-point ball game. Miller McIntyre gives a foul after the fact. Sorry, no, he doesn't. Not sure what they were signalling there. Over the top for Calathes. Ball batted down. Monike just gets the fingertips on it to go out of bounds. Trying to work for the steal. Seven-point margin. 1:56 on the clock. Sasha Obradovic trying to spur his troops on. It's actually been called as a foul, so Calathes will go to the line. Misses the first. Nick Calathes. Great to have you all tuning in. If you're enjoying the video, hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments. None from two for Calathes. Oh, that certainly works well if you're Zvezda. Miller McIntyre. Now Butler. Floats it over the top. The big man there. Zundu gets the two. We've got a 5-point ball game here with 1:40 on the clock. And what a mistake here, Calathes. It's called for travel in his own defensive half. As I said, 5 of these 7 games in the EuroLeague have come down to a single score. 1:40 on the clock. Zvezda inbound at the offensive baseline. Now Butler kicks it wide. A fumble, and it's out of bounds. It's come off the boot, though, of a Partizan player. 6 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock, 1:33 on the game clock. This is the heart starter you needed for your Thursday night or Friday morning. Now, 3-point shot. Doesn't go. Can they get the rebound? New contest. Oh, it's been stolen from Brown by Butler. Miller McIntyre now. Zvezda in possession. Drives into the lane. Gets the ball inside for Monique. Can't get it to go. Now we've got a foul here. There's bodies on the boards everywhere. Monique's drawn the foul. The foul will be called on Brown. So Monique will go to the line to shoot 2 and make it a single score game potentially. Hits the first. 4-point ball game. This is coming down to the wire. Partizan led by as much as 15 in this quarter. Okay, 5 from 5 at the free throw line. Make it 6 from 6, and we've got a single score game. Now Partizan need to switch on. Jones. For Fernando. Calathes. Back to Jones. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Make that 7 and a minute on the game clock. Mid-range jumper doesn't go. That's a good stop if you're Zvezda. Couldn't get it there, Jones. Butler rolls in. He doesn't get it to go either. And they do well. Jones, he was falling over the baseline as he took that away. Gets lobbed down by Bonga to Jones. 35 seconds on the game clock. 10 now on the shot clock, and we're down to 30 seconds here. Jones working into the lane. Flicks it up and under. Count the basket and 1. That is huge. Not even sure how he got that shot away, but with 28 seconds on the clock, tempers are starting to fray. Fans in the crowd starting to throw some things. The Zvezda crowd didn't like the call. Passions run high at these games. We know this. The players immediately taken away to the side. Because a replay, Jones slides between 2. Yeah, that's a pretty straightforward foul on Azundu. The Partizan crowd erupt because they know this is a huge moment for them. They've had the tougher season until recent weeks. They've recovered, and now they're playing spoilers. Only a couple of games to play. They can only really hope to climb maybe 1 or 2 rungs on the ladder, but they are 5 games out of 10th in the play-in berths. So realistically, where we sit here is, as I said, they look to play spoiler. They've won 5 on the trot, including a double overtime win over Valencia, a 1-point win over Lyon, a 9-point win over Paris, 14-point win over Dubai, and then a 6-point win over Virtus Bologna. Referee's having an extended meeting and conversation here. Just waiting for the crowd to be brought back under control here. Have a look at the other scores. We went through the completed scores a little bit earlier on while we wait for this to be brought back under control. Dubai out by 10 in the last minute of their game against Monaco, 101 to 91. In the Paris-Milano game, Paris leads 64-44 just after half-time. Milano the opening score of the second half. And at half-time, Maccabi Tel Aviv 49, Anadolu Efes 44. So that is where that's sitting. Still waiting for the crowd to come under control here. Not long left. There'll be some free throws for Partizan with Carly Jones once we get underway. Just the one free throw, sorry, because he got the bucket. So, broadcast just showing some highlights at the moment. 84-79. Dubai and Monaco's game is complete. 101-91. Dubai win that one. And we look like we're set to get back underway here. 28.1 seconds on the clock. Carly Jones at the line. Here he goes for the free throw. It's his free throw. Straight away down the other end. Miller McIntyre pulls up for a deep three and nails it. 3-point game. 22 seconds on the clock here, though. And timeout is called. This one's going to drag out a little. Let's start running through the leading scorers at this point. And Carly Jones has gone to the top of the leaderboard for Partizan. 24 points. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Then it's back to Sterling Brown, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And Bruno Fernando, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Also in double digits. Bongo with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Miller McIntyre has pulled level with 24 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, just shy of a double-double at the moment. Next best for them is Jaciel Rivero with 13 points, 2 rebounds. And then back to Nawara with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Other notables, Ostkowski, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And Kalathes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. But we come out of the timeout here. I believe Partizan ball. Partizan ball inbound at the baseline. Zvezda need to force something here. They can't do that. They're going to say ball out of bounds off Carly Jones. So will this be Partizan ball? Will it be Zvezda ball? The referee will review it. Carly Jones arguing the case. Zvezda very happy with the result for the meantime. It looks to me that it's come off. I think it's Jared Butler's hand for Zvezda. But again, hard to see as the ball goes out of this shot. That's certainly the way I'd be leaning. Certainly the way I'd be leaning is that it's gone out of bounds off Zvezda, but we'll see what the official review is. Interesting times. Two referees in a fairly animated discussion. They try and break this down. They're making sure they get the clock right as well. Interesting times. It will be Partizan ball. This will undoubtedly send the crowd into some more eruptions. Zvezda will try and put the press on, try and shut down, try and force a mistake here. Just under 22 seconds to go here. 21.9 on the clock in the fourth quarter. One score game. Calithes fires it over the top where he finds Jones. And he's fouled. Just 1.7 seconds coming off the clock. Butler gives the foul. It's been some comeback from Zvezda. They trailed by 15 during this quarter. So Carlick Jones goes to the line. He's put up 20 points already in this second half. 24 in total and 20 in the second half. He hits his first. Can he hit the second? That'll be the question. That'll make it a 5-point ball game and a long way back. Sasha Obradovic can't watch. There we go. 7 of 7 from the free throw line. 87-82. Miller McIntyre can't get it to go. Nike gives away another foul, and they'll go back down the other end of the free throw line with 12.7 seconds on the clock, but I think that will be it. Realistically, it's a bit hard to come back from here, especially if these two free throws drop. That'll make it a 7-point game. 12.7 seconds on the clock. Fernando at the line. Hits his first. 6-point game. There it goes. 2 from 2. 7-point ball game. Miller McIntyre leaves it short. Batted down. Sterling Brown, will he get the chance to put it in? No. Doesn't need to add salt to the wound. So, in the Belgrade derby, it is Partizan 89, Zvezda 82. Partizan, to be fair, were the best of the sides for most of the game, but Zvezda did their darndest. Leading numbers for both sides. Carlick Jones, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Cody Miller McIntyre, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists. Sterling Brown, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, leading all comers with the rebounds. Bruno Fernando, 15 points for Partizan, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Jacil Rivero, 13 points, 2 rebounds. We're then looking back to Isaac Bonga with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Jordan Awara, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So that seals us out for another live watch along here on the Chris McPherson Show. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Please hit subscribe on the channel. Stay tuned. We'll have plenty more live watch alongs coming over the coming weeks. Our next one will be on Sunday, Australian time, 2:30 p.m. It'll be the Sydney Kings versus the Adelaide 36ers for Game 5, the deciding game in the best of 5 championship series between Sydney and Adelaide in the Australian NBL. But until next time, stay tuned to the channel and check out our social media at The Chris Mack Show, where you can find plenty of short snippets of social media content around your sports. And a big thank you to you for tuning into your home of the black and white of sports. No grey opinions here on The Chris McPherson Show.